Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Back once again, live, Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We have your A final locked and loaded. Eric Vargas, Ben Francis going to do battle. On the table, race to 7. Grab your popcorn. It's gonna be a barn burner. They are teammates, well accustomed to playing each other. Finalists in lots and lots of different tournaments. It's gonna be a gooder. Steph has got her face stuffed in her phone again. At least not shopping.
Why you gotta wrap me out like that?
Because if I don't, who's going to?
I actually want to slightly zoom out this camera. It seems a little close. I meant to do that earlier.
Okay, but I'm getting rid of the shine in the middle of the table. So I would prefer you don't do that.
So close.
Gets rid of that, see this? That glossy thing in the middle? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not sure if Ben's going to be a fan of that. 5 does not pass the 1, can't see the 1. Not sure if he can sneak underneath the 14. You know what? You know what? He could play 5 behind the 1 off the 10. I think there's enough room. 5 behind the 1 would take like dead precision. But certainly 5 ball off the 1. He's going to 1 rail kick instead. And does he get rewarded? He does not. No problem, says he. 1 bank on the 5 ball bank side. Can you post where Sam Beard? Can you post where the draw is, please? It is on Challenge. I'm not sure what's the tournament name on Challenge.
I will find it, Sam.
There you go.
1 moment, please. Please
Sam,
hold. Your call is very important to us.
That is technology above my pay grade, Sam. And spears it. Unfortunately. Is he going to go off the rail? Thin the 1 ball down to that pocket? I don't think he can get enough underneath to kick the 1 to the top left. So he may have to kick this and just shave the 1, try to use the 10 ball here. And guys, if you are just tuning in, help us out. Hit that share button. This could be a preview of the final. However, there are still a couple of players left in here that would like to alter that. Oh, really good attempt. Really, really good attempt. Didn't miss that by much. That was not a shot I even saw. It could potentially. I think the 8's a little bit low. Just on the amount that he would have to shave that 1 ball. Brett Bear, how are you, sir? Uh-oh. Oh, he's okay. He's got the 12 ball. That was close, though.
Why is that link not posting?
Oh, it could be my phone stuff, to be honest. I may not be seeing all the comments that...
Nope,
Nope.
it's not posting. Why?
Oh, probably because it's a different link. I'm not sure. Mr. Rutherford, how are you? How come I see angry faces? Somebody's given us angry faces on the stream. What's the angry face for? Now a thumbs up. That's better. I like thumbs up. Thumbs up is good. Yeah, it's been a long time. Although, I mean, Steph and I have been on the mic fairly often on the CSL After Dark.
A little bit.
A little bit. But certainly not in a pool hall. Look out.
Ooh,
Plays the horn shape, of course.
perfect.
No other way to play that.
Genius.
But certainly good to be back in the pool hall, back on the mic, doing what we do. And with any luck, we will be back to where we were pre-COVID at some point. Live every week, traveling all over.
We'll see.
That is the hope, anyway.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Indeed.
It wouldn't let me post that draw link onto YouTube. I think it's just because it's not a YouTube link.
It shouldn't matter, though. You should be able to tag it in there.
Yeah, it's not.
So what's the name of the event?
July Long 8 Ball.
There you go. So, challenge. What's the website?
Challenge.ca.
Challenge.ca. July 8 Ball.
Ben at the table now. Let's see what kind of fancy footwork he's got here.
And I don't know that I want to answer that question one way or the other, Chris.
Oh, it's a nice little bump.
It worked out well. Can take the 4, bump the 3 again.
I like taking the 4 here because you're on it. It's kind of one of those tricky balls.
Take the 4, use the 3 as a stop again. That leads you on to the 5. Almost have to get rid of that 4 now, at least from how I see it. Ben, of course, is going to see it a totally different way. Of course, that makes more sense. Now the 6 goes to the side pocket.
Yeah.
Right? I don't mind that. 4 ball, and depending on his angle, 4, 3, 6, 2. 7's pretty much a hanger over that side pocket. You just got to get past the last diamond. Hey, you're welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining. First timer on YouTube, welcome to Q Sports Live. And you know, I may as well ask. We've got 117 on Facebook and growing. 39 on YouTube, hopefully in growing YouTube. You can always copy and share that link. But I'll ask, is there any other first-timers? And yeah, you definitely picked a good time to join in on the stream, Chris. Does CSL plan on running their big required to be asked tourney? So by that you mean by invite later this fall. Won't be later this fall. We did have a meeting about it. So we have a business meeting between myself, Ben, and Mick every Sunday. Father's Day was the first Sunday we've missed. And we do discuss the league, we discuss Q Sports Live, kind of go over some of the business ideas that we want to do. And that was definitely a topic of conversation, was the Q Sports Live Invitational. For those that are unaware of what that event is, it's a $10,000 added event. It is by invite only. Unfortunately, the second year that we went to go do it, the pandemic took care of it. And so we kind of want to make it a little bit bigger again. And so we're going to book for next August. And hopefully, we are going to put minimum 10K. And hopefully we can do a whole lot more than that.
Ben's looking a little awkward here. Using a bridge up and over that ball.
Mm-hmm. Had to try to kind of power through that. He wanted to come 2 rails back up. Sorry, Steph. 2 rails back up and hopefully get onto that 6 ball. Leave a little bit of angle, chip the 7 out, but fell a little bit short. And thank you, Mark, tuning in from Chicago. We've been there a couple of times. In fact, we were at Grays Lake just outside of Chicago, bull shooters. That was for a couple of the NAPT events.
If you are just joining us, this is just the tail end of our 8-ball double elimination on the 7-foot tournament. Thursday we had 9-ball on the 9-foot. That was just a single elimination 1-day tournament. This one we made double elimination, 8-ball on the box, BCA rules, no concessions. Racing a 7 and 5. So this here is the A side final. On the other table we have just the tail end of the B side finishing out. So after this match here that we're watching, we'll have the B side final and then the final, which is going to be a true double dip. Race to 7, race to 5.
If our mics are low, guys, let us know. We have the power, we have the technology. We can turn ourselves up if it is low. But it does depend, I guess, on what tablet or what device you're on. Steph just turned us up a little bit. Hopefully we're not blasting everybody else out now.
Just a touch.
But let us know how our volume is. If it's high, let us know. If it's low, let us know there too. We got the technology. We can help out. And I did see somewhere, excuse me, are the Q raffles coming back? Not so much the raffles. We will have the viewer advantage. That'll be coming back. Big difference between raffles and doing the viewer advantage. The viewer advantage is more of a sweepstakes than it is a raffle. But yes, the plan is to bring those back to life. Tad low. Okay, well, Steph just turned us up a little bit. Found CSL during COVID 2020. Watching the live streams was a lifesaver. Well, thank you, Arlene. We did a little bit of CSL After Dark action, given that there was nothing happening in the pool halls. So we went, did some live matches out of my basement. And if you guys are still in lockdown, excuse me, if you're still in lockdown, and even if you're not in lockdown, and you're new to Q Sports Live, we have started the Q Sports Live International Pool League. It is a ghost league competing against players from all around the world. You can get some more information on that, cslipl.com. It is sanctioned by BCA as well as ACS, CCS. Next session starts July 26th.
Oh, great try. Did not miss that 6-ball by much.
Yeah, he was close on that one for sure. Watching in Philly, Philadelphia in the house. Claire's home, Alberta. Love it, Chris. What's going on, Ed? Thanks for tuning in. Crown Point, LA. Looks like we're all over the map here. Gary from Washington. Yeah, only a quick hour and a half jaunt for you, Chris. Happy early 4th of July to all of our U.S. viewers. For those that are new to Q Sports Live, we're followed by 63 countries around the world. On our Facebook page, we have somewhere around 46,000 followers. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you've gone onto our Facebook page, hit the like button, jump over onto YouTube. You can hit the follow button there. I think we're a little bit light on YouTube. We have 4,000. And it was one of the topics of conversation in the business meetings that we have is making a push to get to 50,000. So you'll see in the next week or so, we will have a contest put out to help us make that push to 50,000. And also on our Facebook page, if you are new, we have somewhere between 8, maybe up to 10,000 different streams in the library on Facebook. As I mentioned, we were live pretty much every weekend prior to COVID. And of course, traveling all throughout Canada, all through the United States, doing everything from juniors right through to pro events. So we are making the push to get to 50,000 and hopefully be traveling and back to where we were pre-COVID, along with starting the CSL League. Great shot by Eric.
Whoa.
He's
Whoa.
good there. He could end up on the rail there, and he's good.
He made a really great shot to get there, though.
He sure did. Yeah, nice control. Very well done, taking 2-1 lead over Ben Francis. Who is my favorite pool player? Depends on the generation. There's been some pretty heavy influential pool players throughout the course of history. Obviously, Minnesota Fats was one. He's one of my favorites. Just more the character. Earl Strickland has a spot for me. But then, there's Nick Varner has a spot. Alex Pagulayan has a spot. There's, I don't know if I could pick one. Obviously, Efren Reyes.
So many legends.
And thank you, Rick. We appreciate the compliment. We always do our best to do a little bit of play-by-play. After doing it for all day, you kind of tend to lose a little bit of the play-by-play action. When it comes down to, an Eric Vargas playing a Ben Francis, more or less I like to sit back, relax, and just watch the same as you guys, because trying to get inside the minds of these guys sometimes can be a little bit challenging, but just sit back, relax, grab the popcorn, and enjoy some really, really great pool, and I'll keep your ears entertained. That's my job. When Ben Francis is on the mic, that's the man that'll pick the rack apart for you. He'll do a much better play-by-play than I will. I'm more the spice. I add the flavor to the commentary.
The flair.
The flair, the flavor, call it what you will. Yeah, Moscone, another one. I don't know if I could pick a favorite.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look out. Well, I mean,
Good news, bad news.
good news, bad news for sure. Problem being, Eric still has a shot on that 9 ball, 9 to the side. Not
13.
sure.
I think he's got a 13 too.
Maybe. Don't know if he can back cut that enough. I don't know if there's room between the 13 and 14. But yeah, certainly a good time. If you are new, just joining in, help us out. Hit that share button. Let's get some viewers rocking and rolling here.
For those new to watching Q Sports Live, these two players that you're watching here are pretty legendary in our parts. They are both local to Calgary. We are very blessed within Calgary and Edmonton, just within Alberta in general. We have a huge pool community, and we have some really great players, just amazing at their own rights. But Eric and Ben, like Grant was saying earlier, our teammates, they are part of a team called Barry's team, and they are 3-time VNEA Master Champions.
Grandmaster.
No, just Master.
Just Master?
Champions in Vegas. Last May would have been the 4th time going down to defend. So they are very well accomplished. We actually have other teams in Calgary as well that
Are
have
just
ranked
as
like
accomplished,
2nd or
yeah.
3rd there. So
It's a wealth of pool players. We are
Yeah.
a mecca of pool players here in Calgary. We're really lucky.
Calgary,
Oh, wow.
Edmonton, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, we've got so many
Yeah.
players just in and around our surrounding area.
Lots of great players from Edmonton. Really, really blessed. Really fortunate.
Chris was wondering, he was never understood the coin under the cushion. It keeps tally.
Just a scorekeeper, score marker for each
Yeah.
diamond. It's one
Yeah.
game in your.
So you typically find 2 coins under the first center or the center diamond, right underneath the end rail. And as you play, when you win a game, you move your coin 1 diamond. Somebody goes right, somebody goes left. So in this particular pool hall, there is no way to keep score. Like a lot of pool halls have beads above the lights. These lights are so low, and they're the diamond platform lights that, everything just kind of swings as you move it. So you'll see on a lot of our streams, the players use coins just to mark their games so that they can keep track of what the score is.
It looks like the cue Eric's using right now is Dale Perry. But again, right, I was saying this at the beginning. It seems that Eric and Joe Spence this year have switched a couple of different times.
Yeah, Joe's still shooting with a Predator. He's just changed his Predator. He had a Predator, and then he went up to the Predator 9-ball tournament in Edmonton and sold it and bought a Predator throne.
Yeah.
And then he went out to, I believe it was Medicine Hat, and somebody was selling their set, which was a Predator with a rush and the case and everything. So he bought the set, and then he ended up selling the throne.
Yeah, Rick, it's definitely one of the things you're going to see with both Ben and Rick, or Ben and Eric. They both control the rock extremely well. They're very, very precise, and it's one of the keys to being really, really good at playing pool is control the cue ball. Right? If you control that cue ball well, your position play is going to be there. Right?
And
It makes executing shots.
Well, I mean,
even
and a lot of people call these 7-foot table baby tables, and they are, like, according to size. However, I think it's a completely different game. When you're playing 9-foot, you can really let your stroke out. You imagine.
It's a bigger space.
Well, I mean, you
wide,
can
more wide
pretty
open.
much land anywhere and still have a shot on your ball, but there's more space. The pockets seem a little smaller. You're shooting longer distance. When it comes to a 7-foot table, your cue ball placement has got to be spot on, or you're hooked, because there's so much congestion with 15 balls.
Yeah. No,
Peter,
don't worry, Bill. So this is the A side final. So neither one of these players have been to the B side yet. So the loser of this will go to the B side. They'll have the B side final. The winner of that will come back to play the winner of this, and that will be your final.
Peter's asking where Joe is. Joe, I believe, is out of town. So
Yes.
he has gone to Penticton, I think, for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
That's his place of choice.
What kind of pool table is it? These are known as diamond 7-foot tables. Pocket
There's-
size is 4 1/4 inch.
There's 8 7-foots and 8 9-foots in this room.
All diamond tables. They play extremely well. They're a very, very consistent table, which is the draw and the appeal of a diamond table. But very, very tight pockets. The shelves are really deep, and the pockets are what's known as a pro cut pocket, which means typically if you don't hit the center of the pocket, you'll see the ball wobble back and forth, and it won't drop. There you go. Joe is in Penticton, as confirmed by Mr. Isaac. Yeah, Simonis 860 HR is the cloth on the table. Thomas, the race is to 7. So on the scoreboard there, you see Eric Vargas at 3, Ben Francis at 0. And then beside that, you see RT7, which stands for race to 7. So A side races to 7, B side is race to 5. In the finals, it is true double dip, as Steph mentioned earlier.
So Jim says, Ben is like a 725 Fargo. What's Eric's? I've seen Eric spank him in one of the last times they played, and I was shocked. Maybe Fargo should have adjusted scoring according to the table size. I'm not just going to disagree with that. I feel like Fargo is a great system as long as everybody contributes to it. And if they did separate table size 7-foot versus 9-foot, the games, 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball, I think it would be a much better system because for example, Ben is a 728, but is he a 728 if he goes to play a one pocket tournament, a 10 ball, 9 ball? You know, some of the games do correlate, but for the average player that doesn't play as much as these guys do, my 9 ball game is not equal to my 8 ball game, is not equal to my 10 ball game. But Eric is not far behind. He is a 718. So there's only 10-point difference between Eric and Ben.
Well, and I'll say this, every rating system, be it Fargo, be it APA, be it SML, ACS, CCS, so on and so forth, every rating system has their flaw, right? Or has their flaws. And I don't think, it's so much a flaw of the rating system as much as it is perhaps a flaw in the people that use that system or play within that system, right? So you look at even Fargo. Fargo is a worldwide rating system that is supposed to level the playing field. They have a large number count, so they can be pretty accurate with what their rating is. The problem is it's still localized, right? Like you take a player here of a 600 caliber and go somewhere else, and there's still differences between the 600 player here and the 600 player from BC or somewhere in the States, right? There's still differences within every system. So I don't think there is an end-all, be-all answer to that. I think you're onto, perhaps something with dividing up the table sizes, the different games, and having a rating for each one of those. The issue is you need to have collectible data in order to make that happen. So it really does take us as players, tournament directors, so on and so forth, to kind of buy into the system, right? In order for that to be any kind of accurate. Can you use your viewer counter? We can't. That's actually where Facebook puts it. We have unfortunately, no control. But if you change your orientation on whatever device you're on, that should do it for you.
Eric missed the spear and the 4-ball
He did.
to close out this game.
Still a little bit of a test here for Ben, though, right? Does he play forward and try to nudge the 8-ball here?
I think he's playing into the 8.
Oh, yeah. Look out. It's dangerous. Although, right, the bonus to this, he does maybe get to shave this 11 ball, Eric. Look at this shot. Look at that shot. Great shot. Well done. Eric was always going to be in tough there simply because of where the 4-ball was. It would be much better, but again, right, like I said, there's got to be buy-in. You've got to have tournament directors, the players, all have to kind of. Oh wow! What a shot! How good was that? I thought Ben's was impressive, and then Eric comes back, makes an equally impressive shot. So I'm pretty sure you're going to see Ben do exactly what he's looking at here. Kick the 11 from behind. Put it up in the same pocket as where the 4-ball is. 4 makes it somewhat of a bigger pocket, but I think he's more looking at taking that pocket over. Oh, man. Was I ever wrong? How about just nudge the 11 and freeze the cue ball to the backside of the 8? This is what makes him the 7-2-8.
Yeah.
Right? I'd have been out on first shot.
What gives these guys such a high Fargos. They are pretty amazing in what they can do. And we can all think it, and this is what we want to do, but just to execute it on top of that is next level.
John, we see your messages. I don't think having a difference of opinion is not anything to do with
They're
anything.
talking about something else.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You're behind.
Okay.
This is not the end either, guys. This is just the A final.
Right? Those safety shots that were just played there went from good, better, best.
We'll see if Eric gets out of this one here.
Yeah, this is
He
tough.
needs contact.
He's going for the make here.
Oh.
Did not want the 4-ball to stop there.
No, because
right?
that 4-ball is a stopper.
It is a stopper.
That just makes Ben feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
It sure does.
That 4-ball sat there.
Right. Now, play that same shot, have the 4-ball go past the side pocket, and now you're talking, right? Uh-oh. Undercut it. Undercut it, Ben.
Ben got too excited. Ben got too excited.
Right?
It happens to all of us.
And why they are now pro level. You got it. Yeah, I would agree with you. So Eric kind of getting the gift there. But really, he should have been out from the beginning. Missed the spear, and on, I think it was the 4-ball he shot, and missed the spear. No, Albert, no scratch there.
So neither of these players have lost a match yet since the beginning of the tournament. They have stayed the A side the whole way. Some consolation for us as viewers will be that one will win this match and stay on the A side. The other one does not get out of the tournament. They just go to the B side.
I did play Corey. I showed up. I didn't play well. We'll say that. This is why I generally do more commentating, which I'm okay with. Believe me, getting to sit back and commentate on these type of matches, I'm okay with not playing. I'm way okay doing what I do. And starting to get some good numbers, guys. If you are just joining in, help us out. Hit that share button. We would appreciate it. I made an appearance as well. Yes, James and I are in the same boat. We made an appearance. Scott, we still like you. I appreciate that, buddy.
Well, some.
Some, right? I mean,
Some still like you.
Listen, my skill is on a microphone, okay? Ben's got, listen, this is what makes Q Sports Live good, right? I got a little skill on the mic. Ben's got a ton of skill on the table. And it's a good balance, right? And not that Ben doesn't have skill on the mic, he certainly does. He's got more skill than I do in dissecting tables and pattern play and so on and so forth. I'm simply here to entertain. That's my job. I add a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor, and that's my job. That's what I do.
So, fun fact, Mike Isaac says Ben's lost twice as many games this match than he did the whole tourney.
It's true.
Yeah, he's had a few skunking matches throughout the tournament. He's been playing a ton, and he's so excited to be back. He's his head is just in a good space. He's really focused. But there's a reason why he was invited to the World Cup.
I did play, but I did not show up. Indeed, I didn't even get a participation award, Jim. It was that bad. And I was playing good. Yeah, the last league night that I had was not good. I think that was a mistake, me trying to play, given the circumstances. 3 hours of sleep, working in 30-some-odd degree heat, and then going home and trying to play a match was probably not a smart idea. But I tried it, and it didn't work out so well for me. And it is what it is. I'll bounce back and be ready for the Stampede Bar Box.
Jim's asking who's got the bragging rights.
Overall,
Eric or Ben? I would say they're pretty even.
They are going to be really even. I think, had you asked that question maybe a year and a half ago, I would have said Eric. And it depends, right? Tournament play, I think Ben has an edge. Where if you're playing money, Eric's got the edge all day.
Yeah. But in any tournament that they enter, if there is any sort of Calcutta, anything like that, these guys are like head to head. And at most tournaments, you will see these guys in the finals. That's why you see them on our streams so much,
All
because
the time. Yeah.
they always make it to the finals.
Rob, you guys see the one I posted about? Y'all must be talking back and forth between yourself.
Bill's asking where PEI is. PEI is on the very, very, if you were to go east in Canada,
And try to fall
once you
off
hit
Canada.
water,
Yeah, that's PEI.
that's PEI. It's the far, far east
Yeah.
of Canada.
So
a little island
yeah.
even.
So Robert's asking what the race is to. So when you look at the scoreboard, you see Eric Vargas 4, Ben Francis 1, and then it says RT7. Stands for Race to 7. So it is an A-side match, B-side match, races to 5. So if you do tune in to Q Sports Live, if you're new to us, I certainly understand. But in the future, anytime that we have a live stream, what a great shot. Anytime we have a live stream, that will be where you will find the race. RT is just race 2. I'll tell you what, Rick, Eric, this guy doesn't play all throughout COVID, has come in for, I don't know, 3 or 4 times to, just get the arm back in the swing of things. And it's like he hasn't even missed a beat.
Yeah, it's really gross because he has been working quite a bit through COVID. He's got a young family. He's got another one on the way. They do not have a table at home. So he's coming in super rusty, and it's just like getting on a bike for this guy. Scott, I'm really not familiar with what a Calcutta is because we don't have them here in Alberta. They are completely illegal.
No, we only have player meetings.
Give me 1 second.
Dominic, thank you for coming.
The tournament. It was amazing.
Sorry, guys. We're just saying bye to Dominic. Came all the way from Ontario just to play in this tournament. They are still on lockdown in Ontario. Played extremely well, being his first time playing in a Calgary tournament and being up against the type of competitors that we have here. Great showing. Unfortunately, ran into Ben, and that kind of put him on the B side and didn't last long on the B side. So a really, really good tournament from him. Well played, well done.
End of September to like mid-January, so hopefully I can sneak in maybe something else.
He does play at Vino's, but he's been at Vino's, I don't know, once, twice, maybe 3 times.
But you need a table at home.
Some of the money does, most of the money does go into the prize pool. The entry fee was $80, and I believe it's $20 that went in for green fees. And what the green fees go to is the pool hall, because we have pretty much taken over all the tables, and so they wouldn't be able to rent them out. And so you always pay a green fee to the pool hall that you're at. So with $60 per player, there are 34 players, so just about $2,000 total in the prize pool. Typically they pay out 25% of the field. So I'm not sure. I think they may pay top 8 here. So you divide up the $2,000 to 8 spots, and that's the money that you get to compete for. How has Stephen Holem been shooting? Again, same way that Eric is. They need a little bit of time back in the pool hall just to get back into the swing of things. But they're just at that caliber where it's like riding a bike. You need a little bit of time just to kind of get things moving, and they'll be back in fine form. He's now out in BC, moved there with his family. Ben looking good here to kind of claw one back. 13 goes past the 9, so 13, 9, 8, closing the gap. And you're seeing Ben just march around the table. So this is in Ben's playbook, right? When he's down like this, you'll see him increase his speed because he wants to close the gap really fast and put the heat onto his opponent. So you'll see until he's tied up, and even then he probably won't let off the gas. So you're going to see Ben play fairly quick, and Ben's already a pretty quick player. But because he is behind, he kind of wants to kind of lay it back onto his opponent. So you'll see him break this. He might take some time to analyze the table up front, and then he's just going to get to work. It is definitely part of the Ben Francis playbook. Right, he wants to make you sweat. And really, at the end of the day, I don't think he can afford at 4-2 to let Eric get another game without closing the gap a little bit more. So Ben will be looking for a quick break and run here, make it 4-3. Hopefully fade the break from Eric. And we'll have tie ball game. At least that's the plan that I know is going through Ben's head right now. So question on YouTube. A mention was made that Ben Francis was invited to the World Cup of Pool. Why did he not play? That is not a rumor. That is the truth. He was literally, and it's heartbreaking. It really is. So it was Ben Francis and Tom Trudeau, I think is how you say his last name. They were invited to go play the World Cup of Pool, represent Canada, and Ben was literally on the plane to England, and he got a phone call, and it was Tom who was stuck at the gate, and a little bit of a misstep, call it what you will. Tom left his COVID test paperwork in his luggage, which of course was on the plane, and so they wouldn't let him board. And so Ben got off the plane, did not want to leave his teammate behind and say, well, figure it out, I'll be in England when you get there. Like the champ that he is, he got off the plane and ended up not being able to go. They did try to make alternate arrangements and so on and so forth to get to England in time to do it, but unfortunately there just was not the time to get it done. So a heartbreaker for sure. And true to form, Ben down, getting the job done, closing the gap. Straight out of the Ben Francis playbook. Grip it, rip it, be done. Close that gap. So, got to fade a break here from Eric. If Eric has a good break, makes a ball, it's going to be a battle back and forth, but certainly something that you'll see if you've watched Ben at any point. If he does get behind, you'll notice his speed will increase, not decrease. He's not looking to take time. He wants to close the gap right now, put the heat back on you. Yeah, it was a heartbreaker, but I gotta say this. He handled that like an absolute champ. I had proud dad moments when it was happening. I put out a big post on Q Sports Live, probably one of the best posts that I've put out personally, because obviously Ben being a business partner and a friend of mine, kind of makes a guy feel a certain way, right? I'm a little bit older than what Ben is, and I was just proud dad moment, and I was probably more shook than what Ben led off to be, but he handled it like a champ. Yeah, I told you, Dave. That is straight out of the Ben Francis playbook. Oh yeah, absolutely, boss. That is the class of Ben Francis. He is an all-around champ. He's so good for this game. He's an ambassador of the sport, and I'm very, very proud that he is not only part of Q Sports Live, but somebody that I consider a friend. Yeah, he was. He's going to make some waves, right? I don't want to go into details with it. It's not my story to tell with what may or may not be coming, but he is certainly on the radar. Yeah, and really last minute, Richard too, right? Both him and Tom, right? And you gotta hand it. I mean, it's not all about Ben either, right? You gotta hand it to Tom, where Tom did the same thing. He was ready to kind of drop everything all at once and go down and represent Team Canada with Ben, and it says a lot about both of those guys, and I think they full deserve ahead of almost anybody else. And I get it. Alex Pagulayan is the number one player, and then you got John Mora, you got Jason Klatt. I mean, Eric Horlifson. There's a lot of great Canadian players, right? And that's, not taking away anything from those guys, but, Tom and Ben, they were willing to step up at the very last minute to do what needed to be done to make sure that Team Canada was represented. And I think they fully deserve to be rewarded for that. Yeah, 100%. Have I ever played Jack and Jill event with Steph before? We typically do not play together, whether that's, Scotch doubles or whatever. Playing those type of games when with your significant other can sometimes not be the best of ideas. So Ben looking to dig in right away to that 12 ball. It is trouble. He may be able to back cut and maybe even take that 7 ball out of there. Back cut on the 14. Into the 7. Just gotta watch the scratch here. Watch the scratch. Oh, I hope I didn't commentators curse him. Right, but you know what? It's one of the things I respect about Ben and his way of playing. He is ultra aggressive, and I love it. It makes for such exciting pool. Really good shots. Great to see. Great to commentate. Right, it's one of the blessings I get. Right, because I don't have Ben's skills, so very seldom you're going to see me in the finals. But you'll hear me in the finals because I get to sit and talk and do what I do on the mic. So Ben's going to be a little disappointed with himself there. Oops, I added that to the wrong player. A little bit disappointed in himself there. Unfortunate.
What happened? What did I miss?
Well, tough to... you missed some great pool is what you're missing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's to be expected, I guess.
Yeah. And then talking about Ben and being invited to the World Cup of Pool and all of those types of things. We've had some great conversation. You missed out. Right, and it's one of the things that I enjoy as a commentator. It's one of the things that you'll see different, I guess, with Q Sports Live. We do pay attention to the comments. I really enjoy the interaction between us and the viewers. At the same time, I'll pay attention to pool and give you the odd critique of the table and what I think these guys are going to do. And it's something I love. I love doing it. Yeah, you're looking at Ben, man. He's digging deep. You can tell, right? He tried to fly out of his shoes on that break, ensuring that he made a ball. Because he's thinking right now, all I want is a sniff. Give me even a sniff at the table, right? Yeah. And you're going to see, I called it already, that you'll watch Ben increase his speed because he's behind. He's going to increase his speed even more so now. He's going to rip around this table. I did. I could just see it, right? I mean, that was, it had to have gone through Ben's head on that back cut. taking out that 7 ball. I mean, you almost have to hit that perfect. And unfortunately, he just hit it a little to the left of center. And it followed through, and Albino down the subway. Went in the hole. Take stripes, he's out. Yeah, the 5-1's a little bit tied. And by the look of it, it is not wired to that pocket. It is really hard to keep up on the shot selection. You know, especially with Ben. He's such a quick player. And obviously he's at a much higher level than I am as far as skill and ability. Table mapping wise, I'm sure I can, you know, somewhat keep up. There's sometimes that I will shock Ben. Not often, but sometimes I'll shock Ben and come up with a genius way of doing things. But for the most part, that's his thing, right? He's way better at it. I stick to doing what I do best and adding some flavor and some color into the commentary. And I like stories. I can't stop talking.
No.
Yeah, believe it.
Weird.
Who's waiting on the B side? Yep. Mr. Osborne.
Just one. Hill against Peter Almazan.
Hill. Wow.
Hill.
Good showing from Peter,
Hill.
though. Right? I don't know how much Peter's been playing through the COVID, through the pandemic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? I'm sure he's been out the same as everybody else. As soon as things opened up, it was a mass exodus to the pool hall. Yeah, like picking out trouble balls. Yes. I see the table okay, right? I mean, I've been blessed and been commentating long enough that when I sit back here and I get a monitor view of the pool table, I can pick it apart pretty well. My
It's much
issue,
easier back here.
You know what? It really is. There's no doubt it's easier from back here, at least from where I am right now. I try to take that and go onto a pool table and apply that, and I don't see it the same way because it's not on a monitor.
As most.
I do struggle, Dave. The struggle's real, right? And it's happened more often. In fact, it's happened every time I've tried to eat. They bring it out just as I've hit the go live button. So it gets to sit there the entire time that I'm talking, and I would never, so y'all know, I would never eat on the live stream. I think it's to me, that is just classless. If I was to sit here, talk about pool, and be chomping on food and all that stuff while I'm trying to do commentary,
Oh, I'd punch you in the face.
I'd get throat punched by Steph, right? But I just don't think it's respectful, right? You guys are taking the time out of your day to join us on the live stream, and I feel I have the obligation to at least do my part in giving you the attention that you deserve and doing the best job that I can do.
It's like Hill for Eric.
Hillsies.
Makes it look easy.
Mm-hmm. So Ben is in tough, right? However, if there's light at the end of the tunnel, here's the light. There is no quit, zero quit in the likes of Ben Francis. He was down against Eric Vargas, 8-1, race to 9, came back to win. So it is possible.
I think that was an Alberta bar box.
It was, yeah. That was in Red Deer.
Yeah, pretty epic.
He did it exactly the same way then with Derek Moore. But I would love to see this at least get to Hill, right? Then flip a coin. Meet your commentators, talkaholic and shopaholic. Very good, MPI.
resemble that remark.
Very, very good. And Steph does read tables well, no doubt about it. She's also done this for just as long as, in fact, probably longer than I have. I won't say more because I've probably done more commentating. But you started with Ryan prior to me taking things over.
I did.
It is tacky, Dave. It's tacky to eat, to hear me slurping out of a pop can or any of that kind of stuff. I have a little bit more respect for viewers than to do that kind of stuff. It is definitely doable. Although Eric's got a pretty good look at this table. Really, the biggest trouble on the table, well, now two of them because he just put the 5 on the rail, which for Eric is not going to be anything. But the trouble is going to be that 3-4, kind of in funny positions. He could take it right now, 4-ball, top right-hand corner. A little bit of right-hand check on the cue ball, take the 3 to the left side, follow through with that. That gives him choice of the 7 or the 5. And the 8 has a pocket as well.
Right, Jim? That little guy, he's
Not
so
pop, it's soda.
hilarious and so witty. He's just, he's some great comic relief. So cute.
So he chose to, and I should have known this with Eric, he likes to move that cue ball. You know, he chose a different path. End result should be about the same. Under hit though. Well under hit. This could be a break that Ben needs. Because that 3-ball, well, he can play this a couple of rails and be underneath the 5, or he could try to take the 5. You got to smooth stroke this to draw this and stay. Right, it just puts you on a funny angle because you've got to be to the left side of center on the 3 in order to get to the 8. If you're on the right side of center for 3, 9's coming into play, which you don't want.
John says it's pop. It's not pop, it's soda.
Yeah, I saw that already.
But in Canadian, it's actually pop,
It is
not
pop.
soda.
And y'all know you're on a Canadian stream. As much as I say y'all, we are in Canada. We are Canadian.
And it's that, what's that game? You toss the beanbags. What is that?
Cornhole?
What do we call it? Americans call it cornhole. We call it,
Oh my lord.
right? I just
Why
drew
do
a
I
blank.
not remember this? It's just beanbag toss.
Yeah, beanbag toss. Not cornhole.
Nothing really spectacular about
I just couldn't. I couldn't find the words there.
But
And we
I'll
call
tell
it
you-
the B side, not the loser side.
Right, it's B-side. We're a little more gentle.
We all know what it means. We're just not going to tell you to your face.
So he's in good here on the 8. Eric cuts the ball with the absolute best of them for the win. Hart,
Yeah.
Dunsky.
I didn't think he was going to miss that for a second.
No, after the cut that Eric Vargas did in, I don't remember what match it was, it's not cuttable there. It's
right.
just not cuttable there.
Well-
And he did it. He shaved the shine off the ball. It was crazy, right? But again, that'll be back in our library. But what a great match that could be privy to the or a preview of what you're going to see in the finals here, guys.
We'll see. Somebody's got to make it through Aussie, too. So stay tuned, guys. The next match we're going to have is the B-side final. Kevin Osborne is waiting for Ben. I'm sure Ben's going to take a quick break, 5-10 minutes, and then we'll get right to it. Eric will wait on the sidelines for somebody to attempt to double dip him.
Well, and I'll make a prediction, okay? Before everybody jumps off when we do the shutdown, here's my prediction. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Oh, it's Kevin Osborne. You're going to see Ben come out absolute fire. He will almost be jogging around the table.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my prediction. We'll see whether I'm right or not.
Dave
So-
says in the bracket it says losers, not B-side. The bracket is also made by Americans.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, challenges
Touche, man. Y'all shouldn't
Programmed.
challenge Steph on that stuff.
programmed by Americans.
Y'all know better than that. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick shutdown, restart. Don't go far. We'll have the B-side finals coming at you next. On behalf of myself, Stephanie Toy, Ben Francis, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go onto the Facebook page, hit that like button. That way you're notified when we do come back. You can join us back in again for the live action and entertainment. We'll see you back here in a few. We'll be right back.